You might be asking yourself why someone needs upper cervical care. And to be quite honest, the process of life can be quite traumatic. The first place that you can have an injury to the upper neck is during the birth process. Some people, it's estimated about 5% of the population, is a forceps delivery or a vacuum extraction. When someone is pulled out of the birth canal, because it might be necessary to save their life, it's estimated that 50 to 100 pounds of force are delivered into the neck, and this is a very unstable junction. Second, when a kid learns to walk, the average kid falls down 2,500 times during that process. And let's say the kid survives through the birth process, he survives the walking process, or the learning to walking process. Then we have BMX bikes, we have sports injuries, and then of course as we get older there are traumas from car accidents. Many people do simple things like diving off a diving board and hitting their head on the bottom of the pool. So to put it mildly, the life process is quite traumatic, and this upper neck area, it would be lucky if you survive through your life without it having it misalign. So what we do in our office is we take very precise x-rays of how the head and the C1 joint fit. Every joint in your body are mirror images of one another, and therefore if that vertebra has misaligned off the floor of the skull, if we image the head joint and the C1 joint and look at the outer margin, we can see how that vertebra is shifted out of position and actually measure right here how far that vertebra has misaligned out of its normal position. So number one, we can look at the joint to see what direction it's off. Number two, we can determine exactly how that joint is built, and given those two pieces of information, then we can make a very precise correction down parallel to that joint plane to unlock the vertebra and get it back in its normal range of motion. Why is that important? It's important that your upper neck is biomechanically sound, because this yellow area you see right here, that's the brainstem. That's the first place in your body where you can have neurological irritation to the messages that pass from the brain down through the spinal cord and out to the rest of the body. And to clarify one point, every cell in your whole body, I don't care whether it's your eyeball, your earlobe, your arm, your heart, your liver, it's directly under the control of the brain and the central nervous system. So the brain controls all the cells in the body, and in between that are wires. You can look at it, and there are wires, which is the spinal cord and the spinal nerves. And as long as you're alive, the brain and the cells in the body, there's information passing back and forth, and that's what controls and modulates function. So if there's interference here, your body's not going to operate the way it's supposed to. Now, we have a healthcare system that has basically taught us to wait until we have symptoms and diseases before we act. Our model of healthcare in the office is let's correct this structural problem so you neurologically can function the way that you were intended before you get sick. And if you are already sick and you have symptoms and headaches and so forth, let's fix it now, get you well, and then let's keep it clear so you function the way you're supposed to for the rest of your life.